The conversation continues with Nairobi Senator, who is also the Deputy Minority Whip in the Senate, who is also the National Secretary General of ODM, the second largest party by numbers in Parliament, Edwin Sifuna. Edwin, I like how you've taken us through this,
yes.
Because you're now showing us what it would take for you to say, okay, we have seen movement, we can now call off the demonstration.
Yes.
You said number one, bring an UNGA subsidy. And then the other one is let's have a conversation about the IEBC composition, and we'll go into the others. This one of UNGA subsidy. A supplementary budget came to Parliament the other day.
Yes.
It was scrutinized by members of the Budget Committee. It was taken to the whole House. ODM has 8 members in the Budget Committee of the National Assembly. And Azimio as a whole has more than 10 members in that committee. But they approved the supplementary budget without pushing for the introduction of an amount that would go into the subsidy. Subsidy would come from a budget. The current budget policy statement has been approved by even your members and been recommended for passage before the whole House without any conversation here of, no, we recommend that you put a subsidy amount. What do you say to that?
First of all, it is not right. It's a mischaracterization of what happens in Parliament. Decisions, both at the committee level and in the House, are taken by majority. And I have said that the beauty with our democracy is that parliamentary proceedings are live. So, for instance, in the Senate, where I sit, that budget policy statement was unable to be passed for 3 weeks because of the opposition that you're discussing about. What you need to understand is that Parliament works by majority, and part of the reason why we said we need to take some of these conversations to the people is that we as elected representatives only, we undertake what is called delegated authority or delegated, what is the term?
Responsibility.
No, not responsibility. I will get the word back. But the truth is, when you are stuck as a delegate, like for instance, on this question of the IEBC, even on this question of the budget, once me as the elected senator of Nairobi, with all my wit, with all my brain, with all my eloquence, I have tried at the floor of the Senate to bring sanity to bear. Once I am defeated, I'm unable to do it because of the circumstances prevailing in the Senate, including the example I've given you yesterday, where rules are being flouted, rules of debate are being flouted, to defeat every single attempt to bring sanity to bear.
Delegated legislation.
Yes. No, it's a delegated authority, basically.
It's authority.
Yeah. Yes. Then you have a right to go back to the person who gave you that authority and tell them, this is where I'm stuck. Because the beauty is that these so-called Senate standing orders, they don't apply to the people of Kawangware or the people of Nairobi in general. So you have a right to go back to them. So what we have done,
and
you know that the origination...
Answering that question directly and going by what you're saying, there's procedure. Of course, the majority will carry the day.
Correct.
But even in committee stage, if the minority strongly feel against something, they will produce a minority report.
That is what I'm saying. The minority report will go nowhere. We are not going to engage in exercises that are academic. And I want you people to understand.
For the record.
I think
it's there for the record.
Yes.
If my record indicates that Millie Odhiambo, Babu Owino, and the others
so it is there.
have also said to the supplementary budget.
They did not say okay. They did not say okay because you would have to produce to me a Hansard report showing that they voted for those proposals.
And
they did not vote because
and their votes are made plain.
Yes, I speak as the SG of ODM. I speak to all our members, including this question of the budget policy statement. I know those members you're speaking about. I spoke to Honorable Sam Matandi, who's a member of that budget committee, and they give us the breakdown of what usually happens. Latif, there is impunity in Parliament. I am telling you. I have given you one example. Let me give you another one. The other day, there was a motion that was brought to the floor of the Senate to change our standing orders to essentially do what the president asked the leadership of Parliament to do, to allow these so-called cabinet secretaries to appear before the Senate. Now, on the face of that report, the report is brought to the House, right?
Yes.
The standing orders require that a report of a committee be adopted by a majority of the committee members.
Yes.
On the face of the document before me as your senator, there are 4 signatures out of 9. We raise the objection and tell the speaker that this is an unprocedural motion. Because of the so-called numbers, they bludgeon it through. Don't think that these people, because they know what they're doing is wrong, they don't follow the rules of procedure and the rules of debate in the House. So they pass this motion, and you see, for me, you can go to the Hansard, you will see the contributions of members of the minority, you will see the vote that Sifuna took on that particular issue, because we think that is the wrong thing to do. And we will follow up, because we have told them that it doesn't start and end in Parliament. We as the minority side are going to file a petition, because we believe these people are violating the rules of debate in the House. They are bringing in procedural motions, and they are bludgeoning them through. I understand that the people of Nairobi, those who supported the opposition, want to see an effort. And I believe that they are seeing the effort that we're putting in, both on the floor of the House and even outside the House, to bring some sanity to bear on some of these issues. So even on the budget, they brought the budget policy statement. We could not see, because one of the things that was very glaring for me, number one, they told us that they would cut borrowing. And the budget policy statement they brought had a deficit of about 800 million shillings, billion. And they told us that they are going to have to finance this through domestic and foreign borrowing. You know, we are going to oppose that when the Nini comes, because what we are seeing is that the recurrent expenditure is growing, yet there is no effort. Like this hiring of these CASs, it is totally superfluous and unnecessary. So how do you tell us you are loading up recurrent expenditure, and then at the same time you want to saddle us with more debt so that you can pay? There is the handshake. You can ask the people who shook hands. Okay. Sifuna has not shaken anybody's hand.
Okay, you are a leader of ODM, which was the largest party in the minority. But thank you very much for joining us, Senator. Thank you. Come again soon. We'll be following up, of course, on what happens today and going into tomorrow.
Yeah, I want to talk about what happens today.
It's already time for the news.
It's okay. This is also news.
Yeah,
I have been summoned to the DCI.
Mm-hmm.
So
from here, you're going to Kiambu Road?
And in fact, they have not given me a written summons. I just heard it from, they called Danson Omari, who is a coalition lawyer. And they said that they want me and Oparanya to appear. Okay. We don't know for what. But what is happening here, you remember the story of bailing the cat. The leadership of Kenya Kwanza are in agreement that Baba needs to be arrested. The police are in agreement that Baba needs to be arrested. Their minions are in agreement that Baba needs to be arrested. Where they are stuck is the person to do this arrest. And that's the next meeting they need to have. Let them agree amongst themselves who will come and arrest Raila. Because summoning me or arresting me, I am a very small player in this particular cause. So let them take their grievances. And in fact, the president himself said it. You have a problem with Raila, deal with Raila. Stop harassing us. You know where he lives. I can tell you where he is right now. Go and arrest him. Why are you looking for Sifuna? Why Oparanya? You know, but we will not be cowed.
Will you be appearing before the DCI?
Yeah, I am a law-abiding citizen. I'm an officer of the court. I am an advocate of the High Court. If they summon me, I will go there because I have nothing to hide. You know, I will be there. Let them tell me. You know, I was being told that the rumor is that they think the sufuria I was carrying in Kibera I stole from Mama Mboga. Let them go and tell me what crime I've committed. And the most ridiculous thing is I'm being summoned before people who have made clear criminal pronouncements that have resulted in invasion of people's farms. How can I be summoned earlier than the livestock thieves on Juja Road, in Juja?
Actually,
it's
you're
ridiculous.
asking how you can be summoned. Weshima, you have been summoned, so that's how you can be summoned.
This is the Situation Room, the only way to start your day.